This king, us, is in between these people who are having so much fun at our expense and this poison. Hello, fairy finders and fairy seekers. Welcome to FaerieQuest and the Ask the Fairies weekly card reading. This week, we're going to ask the fairies what they foresee for us for the week of January 18th through January 24th, 2021. And as always, I have swished the cards on a table before sitting down to do this reading, just so I know that they're good and mixed. And we will just shuffle a few times here and then split the deck. Ooh, missed one. There we go. Okay. So we have card number 1 is the 6 of Hearts. Card number 2 is the King of Hearts. Card number 3 is the King of Diamonds, which, if you recall, we had that card in that position just last week. And card number 4. Again, we have the Throne of Spiders in the 4th position, the 9 of Spades. So 2 of these cards we had last week in the reading, and that's these 2. And we have 2 new cards up here. So let's move forward and see what the fairies have to share for us for this week. So our first card here is the 6 of Hearts. And it is a castle. It's actually what it's called in this deck, the castle. And what it is depicting is home, or where your emotions live. It can be home is where the heart is. It can be an emotional card. It should be a very peaceful, this is where I can rest and just lay my head for a little while card. And it does look peaceful in that way. But home in this past year has become a fortress. And I personally think that there's a difference between a castle and a fortress. And I say that because to me, a fortress is very protected, very fortified with a moat, and perhaps alligators in the moat or crocodiles. That kind of fortress. And that's what home kind of became for many globally, because many were not allowed out of their home. So, this was a breather, yes, from life in general, but not necessarily one that was always enjoyable. Now, this 6 of Hearts sits where a diamond would normally be. And the diamond is meant to shine light on who we are. But when we're inside, no one knows who we are. The only thing that was left to connect us with other people was the computer, social media, that kind of thing. And so there's no light shining on us as individuals, as people. When you come down to this King of Hearts, whose name is Good King Nehemiah, and you can see that he is kind of shown here as almost a jester in a way. He's got his food, he has his drink, he has music that he can hear in his ears, and he looks Well, let's just say it, stoned. This king is sitting where a club should be sitting. And as we know, a club is about breathing, it's about communicating, it's about ideas and individuality and just being a free spirit. Now, this king looks like he's having an absolute heyday, and I believe he is. People are locked in their homes still in many places globally, okay? This king is a depiction, and if you've noticed, if you've been following the readings, oftentimes the people with money are found in this position. The people who believe they have power and money are in this position, where there is no club. They're enjoying the fact that we are locked away, and they're enjoying the fact that we are unable to communicate very well with one another. Although we do better than perhaps they think we do, despite the fact that things are being removed on a tech basis. But at any rate, you know, this one is living high off the hog, eating, drinking, enjoying music, just letting their emotions flow, whatever they feel like doing, that's what they do. And here we are in our fortress, and our emotions, which is what the hearts are overflowing. There is nothing to hold them in place. Nothing at all to hold them in place. So, you know, that creates fear because here we are locked away. We can't see anything. There's no light. And there certainly doesn't seem to be any light at the end of the tunnel, right? Well, not sure that that's the case. But this is a week that I think everybody is going to be not breathing. In other words, holding our breath. There's a lot going on. And for some, it's a very angry time. And for others, it's a very joyous time. Just depends on who you are and what you're seeing, what you're feeling. So if we move down to this king, and again, if you have been following, we had him in this position last week. And he is the King of Diamonds, Leo. And again, he's like a lion. He is in charge of a pride of lions. So this king is either an individual who is fighting for all of us, and it is us. So all of us fighting together, we're fighting against this. And, you know, it doesn't seem to want to stop. This has been happening week after week after week after week. And we haven't been seeing any cards come up from the fairies that are giving any indication that, you know, this is going to change anytime soon. However, perhaps next week. We just don't know. Future-wise, we just don't know. What we do know is that this is the poison card, the Throne of Spiders, that we had last week also. And that card, this card, depicts a spider, obviously, and spiders capture their prey in the web, inject poison, and then that basically freezes their prey or numbs, stuns, something like that, that makes their prey unable to move or fight back. And then they wrap them up in silk, mummifying them to drain them later. And again, not the greatest of imagery, but this is what a spider does. And it is their survival. So they really have no conscience concerning what they do because that's how they survive. This king, us, is in between these people who are having so much fun at our expense and this poison. Seems to me that if we don't want to end up like this, we have to trust in this individual and in ourselves and know that this is not where we want to be. We want the clubs. We want clubs again. We want clubs in great places in our readings from the fairies. We want them seeing our individuality. We want them seeing that we have ideas that we can explore, and we have communication, and we have love and touch. We can touch each other. We can be close to each other. These people are, for all practical purposes, when they're in the public eye, obviously, they are wearing the face apparatuses to make it look good. But you can guarantee, and there's also been proof in ways where we've seen them very much enjoying large dinner parties with each other. No face apparatuses, laughing and enjoying their food and music and that kind of thing. So, yes, this is needing to be changed. Right now, it is a battle between this king, us, and these people. And as you can see, we don't have a heart here the way a heart is supposed to be. Again, the only suit in its natural position is this spider, and this is what's happening on the earth at this time. So much poison. Everything is poison, as we talked about last week. The fairies really want to show this is bad news here. This has to change. And we can't do it emotionally. We need to keep our calm, keep the light flowing, so that others begin to see what is actually happening, and to really put our spirit out there and our human self out there to show what is actually happening here. This is unbelievable. So I think what we're going to find out this week is where things will stand for the future. Are we going to accept this as our norm? Not really ever knowing what's truly going on, because we have no light coming in, no way to see. We're in the dark. It's a fearful place rather than a home sweet home. And then, there's a part of us, as we're here, we know that, in a conscious kind of way, subconscious kind of way, depends on who you are, that there's people out there who have created all this, who are just living high off the hog because of us. Because it's what has been allowed for many years, not just 2020. It's been going on for a long time, only it's just really hit its peak. So this is what we need to support. This is what we need to fight for. We need to be lions in the pride. We need to work together, and some of it obviously in secrecy and without major emotion, because emotion will just cloud our vision. There won't be any clear vision. We need to let the light shine through so that there is extreme clear vision as to what we are doing. And we need to stay between these people and the poison. We need to get a handle on this. So many of us already are aware what this poison involves, and this is how humanity is going to be treated. And if, in fact, this week, these people somehow get control, at least in appearance, there's going to be a lot more of this in more and more devastating ways. And are the fairies trying to scare us with the cards that they're giving? Yes, they are. Because they do not want to see humanity in this situation. They want to see this as a castle. The home is our castle. It's a great place to go to unwind. That's what they want to actually see. They want to see us enjoying music and having food and drink aplenty for everybody. And they want to see us advance in our evolution. They want to see our spirits transform in amazing ways because we're breathing and because we are understanding our individuality, but yet our connectedness. Part of the reason we don't see clubs, as has been said before, is because breathing connects us. And when those face apparatuses are on, not only is it doing harm to our own bodies, breathing in things that we aren't supposed to breathe in. That's why we breathe the way we breathe. That's why our bodies are created the way they are, so that we can expel carbon dioxide for the trees, and the trees can expel oxygen for us. It's a wondrous, amazing earth exchange, a gift from Mother Earth. But these people have done this. So Mother Earth is suffering too. So we need to get a handle on this. We need to push without emotion. In other words, emotion is hate, and emotion is love, and emotion just encompasses so many different feelings. We need to keep that under control. Hate is not going to do anything. If anything, it's going to give these people something more to enjoy. We don't want that. So let's shine that light on everything that we know and help the fairies help us. And hopefully next week will be a much lighter reading. That's the hope. And I'm pretty sure the fairies are hoping the same thing for us. But we need to get that club in there. We need to be able to be those individuals and breathe. So that'll be it for this reading for this week. There were no first impressions for this reading because we had these cards last week. And yes, these are new, but I think it was explained pretty well through the fairies. These are amazing cards to have chosen for their message. So as always, take the reading for what it is. If it resonates with you, breathe deep, take it in, meditate on it maybe for a little bit, see what your part in this can be, and if it doesn't resonate, just let it go. So anyway, until next week, thank you for watching. Take care.